My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train. It's time to continue our quest. We've got Echo right here in the Worm King clan, and then we've got Annie Melting Remnant pair. Honestly, it could be either the Dregs or the Primitive Mold. I should have a think about this for just a second. There's not that many great... I guess... Primitive Mold would at least give me access to reviving Melting Remnant units. I'm unlikely to want to use the Dregs too much, although the Dregs are 0 cost, and they are infused as well, by virtue of being cards in the base deck, right? So that infusion means that, that infusion as well as the 0 cost means that we can use them more readily as a tool to try and like feed into eggs to get them to hatch and things like that. But I still feel like the Primitive Mold is probably going to be the way that we want to go on that. Let's depart. See what we can get done here. Ooh, a double copy of Entombed Explosive in the base deck. You already know what I want to do with that, right? Put the Entombed Explosive... Hang on. Divine Temple! Put the Entombed Explosive inside of the Entombed Explosive, and then I'm looking to give it either Endless and Burnout, or at least until I get Endless and Burnout, I'll just be reforming it, right? That 100 damage reproducibly is pretty damn good. There's also an Ambient Charge here, as well as a Bounding Echoes. Talos is going to be pushing units back, so chump blocking with the Entombed Explosive is going to be more important there. Seraph the Diligent is going to be consuming cards from us, not really that important. And Arcus is Arcus, and Arcus doesn't matter. It's not that it doesn't matter, but I very seldom need to make specific considerations for Arcus. It's just utilization of the deck that we have once we get there. Dark Forge artifacts. So I still kind of want to look at the artifacts first, just because if we get artifacts that are really leaning in towards making shell stuff work, then we know that we want the Marsh Lord more. But even if I whiff, right, and then don't get offered the Marsh Lord after taking shell-related relics, we're quite likely to then find shells for the rest of the run, right? So I feel like I'm never really too hard done by that. Markham and Exile is never going to be particularly good here, right? Yeah, Echo Right doesn't really have a good health stat, like on any of the lines. I think the healthiest line might be the Armorsmith, the Etching Armorsmith. And even that is like 20 at max level, if I recall correctly. Let's have a look at the logbook. I want to make sure that like the ballpark of those numbers. Okay, never mind. 25, 30, and 25. So I wasn't too far. Also, I haven't even seen the 3rd level of Shellsmith. That's probably, what, like 35 there as well. Okay, so I was a bit further than not too far. We will be taking the advanced prototype, though. Yeah, that's something I was worried about. Combustible Wax is very good, and there's almost nothing that replaces it when you want Combustible Wax. Do we want Combustible Wax? Not at the moment in the deck. Lightstone Casing, don't really have a huge reason to pick that up yet. Obviously, Hell's Banners is a pretty powerful consideration, especially considering we are going to be replaying units consistently. Return a random consume spell to your hand. So that's just draw an extra card every single turn if we use it specifically as well. I was thinking about taking the Marsh Lord, but maybe we take the Repeater. Maybe because we have the advanced prototype, we can justify having kind of like effectively a weaker champion to begin with. Let's take the Repeater. Melting Remnant doesn't have that many things that exhaust that I would want back consistently. Maybe like Memories of the Melted or whatever, the one that gives you energy per dead unit. Definitely take the unit draft here. To be completely clear, we are going to be carried for a while. So, I want to put you here so I don't get the Ember Drain. No. No, I want more space. Yeah, we're going to be hard carried by the stewards for a while. So I'm not too concerned about almost anything. Should have used the Bounding Echoes before I did that. That's my bad. I mean, I've still got all of my reforms in my deck, so Entombed Explosive should just go down. Banning Echoes comes back. Beautiful. Yeah, that's the probably mold for the extra Echo. Okay, I'll Shiny Steward, and then use a Pyramid Mold here, getting an Entombed Explosive that will just auto-die at the end of the turn. I'm okay with that. I'm using that so that I get the ability to use Ambient Charge here. We've got another Entombed Explosive. Wasn't looking forward to that one, actually. I'll leave that in draw pile. Banning Echoes, murder. Ooh, no, I could have summoned back and... Yeah, okay, I could have gotten the 2 Pyramid Molds off, put another unit here, gotten the Hell's Manners off. We're gonna have to consider those orders more closely. Though clearly, we've got a little bit of leeway, having just killed the boss there quite easily. Banning Echoes, this one's itself infused. These are all consume cards. See, I don't want consume cards to just constantly give me back garbage as well, right? Like, I still want it to be good. Do we have Wormkin? No, we don't have... Wow. Wow, our first Wormkin banner is after Talos. We've got a unit draft coming up, literally just after this fight. But I'm thinking, like, Etch units would be really, really good. Inspire units would be really, really good because we can turn most cards infused, and obviously we have a lot of access to consume cards, right? It's just if we are focusing Etch, then I would want to take something like Shelter here or something like that, you know, but... Or maybe even Echo Snare just for a 0 cost. I'll take Shelter. Sure. I'll take a specific molded as well. Damn. I have to consider this very heavily because there is a Remnant banner here as well. So we could easily end up with like a really good Remnant floor. Lady of the Reformed is really, really quite good for that. Right? So this would be put the Lady of the Reformed into like an Entombed Explosive or something like that. Something that's 1 capacity. Most. That's the clear thing that we need to do in that circumstance, right? And then the units behind it get translated into burnout units. Because this doesn't say apply 3 burnout to friendly burnout units. It says apply 3 burnout to friendly units. So it does give them their first stack of burnout. And then you can start benefiting from things like a Paraffin Enforcer, right? But if I get this and then I'm putting burnout on all of my own units, I really need to be damn sure that I'm going to be using that burnout with a Paraffin Enforcer, with like a Fade's First Blade Relic, or like something that makes that burnout make sense. And it may not, right? The Remnant banner may just, it may just not be what we're looking for there, you know? Kinho's Carapace having a summon +10/+10, that is not a bad thing to put into a unit that you intend on constantly reforming as well, because every time you play it, it triggers a summon for +10/+10, and the next time it comes back, it's +10/+10 again. Maybe that would be like a good thing to just put in a Shiny Steward. How many Divine Temples do I have? Oh, 2 Divine Temples. 2 Remnant banners as well. Am I going to make this Kinho's Carapace? Really? Apparently. Apparently we are. Multi-strike. There's burnout as well. Good lord. Alright, what do you... let's just check this first, just in case. Extreme Stone? Yeah. Harvest for +2/+2 isn't enough. Not a non-banner unit. So what am I saying when I say Harvest for +2/+2 isn't enough on a non-banner unit? This has Harvest +2/+2 as its essence rather than its base, Harvest +3/+3. And it would be on a non-banner unit because we would probably, at that rate, put it into a Shiny Steward, right? And the shiny steward doesn't necessarily get drawn to your opening hand because it's not a banner unit. Not a banner unit being not selected from something like a remnant banner or a unit draft like that. Doesn't have prioritized draw. And because it doesn't have prioritized draw, it doesn't go down early, so it doesn't start benefiting from its harvest early enough. And it's also like max harvest is +2/+2. Like it's quite minimal. I don't know if that's the solution we're looking for here. I would not be entirely surprised to see +15, +30 just as stats go on something like a shiny steward. Has burnout 3, but that's fine because what am I going to do? Just reform it later and then it will have burnout 4? That's a really good stat boost for one of the shiny stewards. The only problem is currently I'm looking down the barrel of creating a deck that doesn't have any banner units. Do I want to do that? I don't do that often. If I was ever going to do it, would be with an advanced prototype start. It's not like it's a good thing to do, to be clear. So, my playstyle is very know what I'm doing in the first couple turns, and that sets up something that then wins for the rest of the fight, right? This would be constantly reevaluating the board state every turn and trying to make the best play in the moment, and that sets us up for a better future, which is more of the Melting Remnant successful playstyle, right? And something I need to lean more into. You know what? Let's take the Lady of the House. I'm going to give multi-strike to one of the shiny stewards. That shiny steward is probably going to have the Kinho's Carapace put into it. And then the other shiny steward, another shiny steward rather, should I say, is going to have the Lady of the House put into it at some point. I'll also give burnout 1 to the Entombed Explosive. This is so that, how many floors away? In this Divine Temple, we can try and find Endless and then just put the Entombed Explosive in the Entombed Explosive. Right? That being something that's just a bit more repeatable, just a bit more reliable. +30 on one of those. You know? Kinho's Carapace goes into you. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much more. I need to skate below pack shards as often as I can. Well, I'm not going to be below pack shards often at all because we're doing another Divine Temple Fuge here and then probably taking the 100. Actually, I may have to skip that. And then another Divine Temple Fusion here, so I don't know if I'm ever going to be below that limit again. Below extreme danger. That said, at the very least, we do have a powerful start to try and get us off on the right foot. Let's go Lady of the House there. Spell shield on you, but I don't have the ability to kill you in a single spell anyway. Yeah. Spell shield on these isn't really the point. We don't really utilize candy just yet. Bounding Echoes here. Get that steward down. That actually kills the whole line. Well done, steward. I probably should have used the ambient charge for the draw first, because then if I had have drawn a minion, I could have played it and then gotten the trigger from Hell's Banners and then thrown stuff afterwards. Short-sighted on my side. Interesting. So 2 shiny stewards down here, and then the Entombed Explosive that does not get Entombed Explode. See? I've got to be pretty ruthless in controlling which units actually go into my reform pool. That's 1, 2 takes out the back line, getting a lot less on this floor, and then we shelter. That almost got us the kill right there. Almost. Bring back the bomb. Alright. I like it. I like it. Proclamation. Finally, a card that actually uses the candies that we are constantly generating. Yes. Yeah. Honestly, I would have preferred to see Echo Infusion. I would have preferred to see Echo Transfer. I would have preferred to see the ones that just base increase a stat, but I'll take this. I don't think Purifying Cleanse is how I'm going to keep the infused steward alive. No, I think that is a reform kind of situation. Crushing Demise, though. Kill a random non-boss enemy unit, kill a random friendly unit. I'm likely to end up with actually a 3-floor solution, if not a 2-floor solution. Making Crushing Demise harder to use. I'm going to skip here. I'm not going to be taking any of these either. Don't really work with what I'm currently trying to do. Huh. God, now which direction do I go? I'd have to find Endless without re-rolling here. Or multi-strike. Quick? We don't really have enough damage scaling for quick. Here's the problem, right? How do we scale our damage super effectively? Because currently we have a plan to deal 100 damage quite repeatedly to a frontliner, right? You know, give this holdover. Maybe that's another 100 after a modification for extra damage. But what are our minions doing to scale? Being reformed? Yeah, but like, is that good enough? Kinho's Carapace is coming out as a 60. Because it comes out as, you know, 10 by 3 and then it gets plus 10, so it's 20 by 3, 60. And then I need to resummon it as many times as possible, right? But I can only really resummon it if the enemy actually kills it. So it seems like my plan for how to get ahead is to start losing. Which doesn't sit exceedingly well. We need to find more damage scaling. We can probably use, like, you know, chump blocking with damage shield minions as well as shelter, as well as having the health out lady the house. I feel like we probably at chump blocking with the entombed explosive, that's actually one of the most important points here. We probably have the way to scale our defense. We just don't have scaling offense. How do we get scaling offense better? Especially now that Echo Infusion can't be gotten. Echoes of the Past, but that's a rare card. I don't want to have to rely on a rare card. No, Wicklash was common as well, so we can't get it yet. So Echo Transfusion and Wicklash are both gone. I could only get them after the first 2 fights because they're common cards. Part of it might be... Wow, that's actually clipping. I got to do some check on that. Part of it might be something like... looking for the resin block? Our solution might be in the artifact pool is what I'm trying to say here, which is making me lean this way. We're exceedingly unlikely to find any more egg units. I'm taking concussive coals just because I don't believe the other one is going to be useful. Value stone. Man, if I had hallowed halls right now. Oh, you are kidding me. That's so annoying. Because how would I keep them alive? That's damage scaling, right? It is. It's right there. And I could even... Wait, hang on. No, you already have the Kinho's Carapace in. So it could go in something that already has multi-strike and another shiny steward, right? It's... God, I become really reliant on my pro-mid molds. And then when it dies, because I can't keep it alive, when the units with rage die, because I can't keep them alive, because I eschewed all opportunities to get, like, combustible wax, as it turns out, actually would have been really good. Now that we've seen another Paraffin Enforcer. A lady that reformed earlier, as it turns out, would have been really good, because now we've seen a Paraffin Enforcer, right? I cheated myself out of my own plans. But if a unit with rage dies, it doesn't come back with the rage after it gets reformed. And because reform is the way that I extend the life of the units with burnout here, I can't take the Paraffin Enforcer anymore. Ugh. Those came in a bad order for me. Let's look at the concealed cabin first. Oh, wow. Good old Wingmaker. It's something to put damage into. It's AoE, which is actually one of my biggest problems. The little outside my comfort zone is reduction of size as well as plus 10 damage. Was that reduction of size as well as plus 10 damage? I think it is. I'm going to get the good old Wingmaker, though. I think I might actually have to use Hef herself as part of my core plan here. Still going to have to engage a pact, because we've got to put the Lady of the House into a Shiny Steward, or a Entombed Explosive into the Entombed Explosive. Because we're going to be doing the chump blocking, maybe we want to leave 2 of these open for the upcoming Talus fight, so that we have more likelihood of being able to use them for chump blocking. I can see the value in that. Speaking of seeing the value, I don't see the value of the value stone right now, only decreasing anything by 1 ember for us. Named with 5 armor, Talus switch attack. Oh, no one got dazed here on the bottom line, so I can't play Echo right there. Dang. God, we really can't do too much on this first turn at all. Echo's there. Alright. Good on. That's what happens when you don't have any banner units. I don't really want to use Lady of the House for the defense up there. Lady of the House want to go here. Entombed Explosive is in good position there, but it's in a better position saving us up here, unfortunately. Wish it weren't so. I may also just want to get Shelter out, because do I have anything? Oh, I do have something in the exhaust pile already. Okay, that's good. That's fine. I just needed something in the exhaust pile such that Echo Right was actually going to activate. Nice. 6 damage to the enemy units 2 times. Gets us 1 kill on the floor that we use it on, no matter which floor that is, pretty much. 5 damage from enemy unit. This has burnout 1 though. I think there's so many different ways that this ends up working out for us that I really don't need to be as picky as I'm currently being. Like, echo breaking there doesn't seem necessary. Do it anyway. Alright. We're also going to have to focus on removing all of these echo breaks really, really quickly, because they are just in the way between me and my banner units. They're just fundamentally not helpful for me right now. Let's bring back the healthier ones so that we can survive all of these hits. Actually, was the healthier one the right decision there? May not have been. Yeah, because the backline was burning out that turn anyway. Okay, so there's the Kinhost Carapace. We finally have you. Let's bound some echoes. La 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 la. This has burnout 3. That's too much right now. Okay, we do that. We can pop the Shiny Steward down, then resummon the Lady of the House, which goes behind, because we want the Shiny Steward in the front with the Kinhost Carapace in to die as often as it possibly can. See how none of these floors are really set? They're just whatever can go there at the time and be useful? That terrifies me. We'll use Wingmaker here for 2 kills. Want to get as many kills out of the Wingmaker as possible, as quickly as possible. That's an easy one. Nathan brings back another Splosy. Double primitive mold there as well. We do actually have space on this floor as well, so that one's burning out. This one's actually dying to its damage though. So if I chump block for you, I can get a lot more damage in here. Yeah, about 90 more damage in. Seems pretty good. Pop an Entombed Explosive on the top floor. Maybe I actually just... Oops. Oh no, I can still do it as long as I... Yeah. Summon that person for kill. Oh gosh, I hope this gets something low in size. Didn't get something low in size at all. Oops. That's okay. Lady of the House should be enough here. And is. Combustible wax would have made this all so much easier. There's the echoes of the past. Yeah. I get a lot more candy than I can use for any... Yeah. Yep, it's damage scaling. Oh, why would you do that to me? Its essence is only Inspire +1/+1, so it would actually be a banner unit. Because I wouldn't want to put anything else in it. And then what's it a banner unit for? Like, actually, I think we're thinking backwards here, and we're thinking backwards by thinking forwards. So we need to think forwards by thinking backwards, which is, what relic am I about to take? You think it's draw, right? I think it's draw. We all think it's draw initially just because, well, there are actually a bunch of reasons. We can generate our own capacity with good old Wingmaker. We can generate our own energy with Hell's Banners. We have a lot of zero-cost cards in the deck. We have a lot of non-banner units in the deck that we want to draw to as quickly as possible. It's not just, you know, I like draw being the consideration here, although I do like draw. I think there are many varied things that say go draw as well. However, let's have a moment to think about the alternatives. The alternative mainly being, like, you know, Keeper of Echoes could be a tank unit in front of the Echo Right with a Shiny Steward sitting in the center if I take capacity by default right now. Unless I want to wait for good old Wingmaker specifically to go off. Unless... Let's have a quick look. Quick little look. We are looking for colorless, clanless. There we go. We are looking for units. Hello, Hef. Let's toggle the unit essences. So Hef would give +2 capacity, +30, and trample. She herself, though, gives resolve +1 capacity on the floor and is 2 size and 2 cost. I don't think I made the right decision in taking the Keeper of Echoes. I think in retrospect it was wrong. I was going to go capacity, but I'm not going to now. Oops. It happens. Wormkin unit over there. Could I salvage it with another Wormkin unit in? I don't think so. No. No, I just shouldn't have taken it in the first place. Okay, what can we do else? So, double removal. Love double removal. Dupe? Do I even have anything I want to dupe in this deck? Like, yeah, it goes to the past-ish. Good on Wingmaker-ish. Maybe I want Holdover. Holdover Echoes of the Past isn't bad. Holdover Ambient Charge is really hard to fund. Probably wouldn't do that. Plus 10 to the good old Wingmaker. Not bad either. Permafrost to the good old Wingmaker. Not bad either. Plus 10 to Proclamation. None of these are great, though. They're all not bad. And removing more cards from the deck, it's not going to be Stewards this time, is a pretty clear path to getting my banning units more closely and quickly. Repeater is also now dealing some serious damage. Huh. I'm actually gonna dupe a shiny Steward. Look, if I was ever gonna do it, it's an advanced prototype run. Start a battle enemy to British floor. Okay, so this is a hasting floor as well, so they're gonna go past this to the top. The units that are summoned there are all sycophants, which isn't a problem. It's just the second wave is going to be a bunch of sycophants as well as Eclipse Guardian and Eclipse Conduit, so I'm not going to be able to reach the back line. This is probably going to cost us a decent amount of HP. I'm still going to try it. Can't use any action or resolve abilities. Haste is neither action nor resolve. Where do we want to set up? If I set up on this top floor, I can just kill all of the sycophants. I can also use an Echo Break to take out the Eclipse Conduit. I guess that's it then. Throw out the Primitive Mill. Blow you up. There's the Kinho's Carapace as well as the Echoes of the Past. A little bit early to actually be able to take too much advantage of them. Also, these backline units are a really big problem here. Oh, the Entombed Explosives wouldn't even Entombed Explode Civs. We can take out this line pretty easily. Literally just like Entombed Explosive and then the Kinho's Carapace behind it. Blows up, does the 50. We only take a damage shield to it and then we murder the line outright. It's just this then becomes the problem. But at the very least, we're not dealing with two lines at the same time. That is the worst case scenario for us. I can cast all of the rest of these and get an Echoes of the Past in for some damage. A non-zero amount of damage. Still not all the damage I would want, though. At least the Collector isn't going to disappear either. Pop down a... Yeah, I do want the Entombed Explosive, and I do want it to explode as well. It's just it doesn't explode on the bottom line because everyone's dazed. I'll take 8 damage. Oh, good old Wingmaker. Making wings. Hell yes. There's another Kinho's Carapace as well. Got a Proclamation to use here on the top floor. Even gets us in a tune. Oh, actually, sorry. I definitely should have put down the Kinho's Carapace first. 100% there. Oops, Primitive Mold. Getting an Entombed Explosive that can sit on the bottom line. And do nothing, evidently. You haven't got Burnout, so you can sit there as long as you'd like. Should I protect you or wait for the lady? I should wait for the lady of the house there, I think. And just throw extra units on the bottom line. Having to reassess the board state every single turn is so wild. This is alien to how I play. Intriguing, no doubt. Completely alien to how I would play, though. I can Echo Break that backliner again, preventing the Ascension, and then I want as many infusions up here as I can possibly get. Yeah, it's not going to be super infused. Well, I mean, it's Burnout 1, so I can play you and then get you blown up at the end of the turn. Got 2 waves remaining. So much more of a broad toolkit than I usually have as well. Let's mold here and primitive mold here. No more cards to draw. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. At least I've got the ability to deal 4 damage to you, so I can take you out, and then Proclaim to get this Clips Guardian down 2. I can totally see the future where this just wasn't enough at all, by the way, as well, still. I'm still pretty scared about this run. Oh, there's the Echoes of the Past. No. I'm also not... I'm not using my infusions enough on the top floor. That's a big problemo right there. I just don't see how this beats the Seraph. But then again, you know, my playstyle is usually that, like, I know what I'm gonna do in the Seraph fight. Well, not always. I know vaguely my game plan for those fights because it's usually the same game plan, no matter what the fight is. Intrigued. We're gonna need health upgrades on the Keeper of Echoes, 100%. Oh, I already know that one. He scaled the damage pretty okay. It might be how we beat the Seraph. Oh. Okay. 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 Let me just crack all my knuckles and bones and everything, because we gotta... Oh, we gotta be ready. Yikes. Merchant of Trinkets is calling out to me desperately, but the Merchant of Steel is like the last Merchant of Steel I really get the opportunity to visit. This is the only Merchant of Trinkets I get the opportunity to visit before the end as well, though. It's another Merchant of Magic in the next area. So what? I'm waiting for my next Merchant of Steel until here? But I also probably won't want the Merchant of Magic there because I'm probably going to avoid this and go, okay. Actually, that's probably sensible. Because it will also give me the ability to upgrade Heth should I wait. So. Flicker's Liquor. Am I ever really running out of energy? I am, occasionally. And I just included another 2-cost card. Yeah. And I'm going to get another draw gem. So yeah, we can take Flicker's Liquor. Reroll. Damn it. I'll be back for you. What do you got, Divine Temple? Value Stone. That's where that Value Stone goes. We sack the tomb into the tomb. This is really annoying because I want all of them. Lost Luggage with Flicker's Liquor and the Hell's Banner, and the fact that I don't really have banner units, is one of the fastest ways to try and get myself set up. It is currently 4 extra draw on turn 1. Next turn it will be 3 extra draw on turn 1. Or rather, after the next relic, it'll be 3 extra draw on turn 1. Resin Block is the way that I was talking about scaling, right? But my units are no longer really dying that commonly. Although they will increasingly die more commonly as we go later and later into the match. I think it's lost luggage. I think setting up faster will ultimately give us more than the reforms will. The next area is a Merchant of Magic as well. There's not too many things I wanted a Merchant of Magic. There's got a removal there as well. I think I'm actually going to pay for a removal here too on another Echo Break. That opening hand being just filled with cards that don't actually really give me a position on the board at all might be one of the worst things that could happen to us. Enemies multi-striking is good for us? Bad for us? Good for us? Bad for us. Good for us. An artifact is really good for us. That's the ultimate consideration there. Oh, God. Mounting Echoes the whole hand. That seems clear to me at the outset. I'll tell you my immediate read is put down the Keeper of Echoes. Put down Echo right thereafter. Oh, actually, no. It's Keeper of Echoes. The Shiny Stew with the Kin Host in it. Good old Wingmaker. The Echo right behind that. But then the Echo right doesn't survive big old brutish McGee right there. What's your health? 15. Actually, you do survive. Oh, God. Or Echo Right doesn't even go on that floor. Echo Right doesn't even have to go here. Get both Kinhost Carapace sitting behind the Keeper of Echoes here on the bottom floor. I like that. One. Wait. I only have one energy left. Oh, thank heck that. Okay. Then we go 2. 3. Oh my God, it's actually just decreasing the value of the cost of the whole hand with ease. Blow you up. Then Echo Right sitting behind just a Shiny Steel by itself. Echo Right actually does damage though. Yeah, but I'm going to want sacrificial units on this wall, probably. Okay. Echoes of the Past. So we should try and utilize as much of the Echoes of the Past as we possibly can this turn. Bound Echoes into... Well, Ambient Charge here on the top floor, looking for minions. Didn't find them. We don't have enough minions to start using Hell's Banners, so this turn we won't really use Hell's Banners at all. I think I care more about an Infusion here on the bottom floor than anything else. Which means the Echoes of the Past is my final cast. What am I casting before that? Probably Shelter. Get a little bit more defense on this floor, because that is going to be ultimately a problem quite soon. This is not where Hallowed Halls gets used. Resummoning them comes back with plus... Oh, but they keep the stats. So what is the point of Hallowed Halls in this deck, right? I clicked it instantly and I gave it a big upgrade. It's got to have a position. Why did I take it? Holdover. Holdover is why I took it. Holdover or duping. Because if I could holdover or dupe here, and then just every turn reform this nonsense a couple times over. God, if I could spell chain it, oh my God. It could be ridiculous. Holdover would actually be a problem, right? It would reform the wall with Burnout 1 and then they'd all die next turn. But then I cast it again next turn, it just resummons them all. So how sad can you be? Let's get Lady of the House and do an explosive out there, just so we can oh, just killed my own damage shield there for no reason. Yeah, so bring him back. Bring back my stewards. Hallowed Halls, good to see you again. Why didn't you bring back my stewards for me? And then molded for nothing. And then we can extract the front line. Yeah. Saving our units' lives. Like more ways to get inspirations here on the bottom floor. Bog Slime in particular comes to mind. Bog Slime comes to bog mines. So we're just in the word association part of the thinking process. Nice. Whoa, exploding candle. 5 damage to all enemies when a burnout unit dies. Total recall. Infuse consume. Return 3 spell cards from the discard pile and apply consume. I don't really want to be applying consume too often. Force contamination is really good as well. Is it supplying melee weakness, and I will have trample in this deck. In fact, Hef is probably about to join this deck. But it's also quite costly, and I have a lot of things that are demanding extract from us right now. I think I passed that. I don't think there's any problem with taking Engulfed in Smoke here. Couple rounds of freedom. It doesn't have to be the only way that I health scale. It can just be 2 turns off. Hef. Of course he can come along! I could try and dupe Hef and put Hef in Hef, but that's just a +30/+30. It's not actually a good idea. We're going over here. We're still looking for holdover. We're obvious. Oh. Crumbs. Energy's not a problem for us. Let's forget about the Emberstone and re-rolling and all those kinds of things. Oh, Bog Slime! It's literally the thing that I just asked for! Okay, thank you, game. You eat my HP. You can have all of it. Sorry, actually, no, let me clarify. Not all of it. Just a tiny smidgen less than all of it. Deck has 27 cards now. It's an interesting deck. All right, so if I had to separate them into floors, what would it be? It'd be Echo Right standing behind Hef at the very start on the top floor. So that is my fallback floor, right? After I need to reform units because the enemy has been ascending, that's the floor we fall back to. The bottom floor is probably the same as we did in the last combat, right? The Concussive Coals gives us more time for them to be down there. After we give more health to the Keeper of Echoes, it'll be a lot easier to do that. But then that floor is also a really prime target for just constantly being reformed because the units in the front line are probably going to have enough health to survive it and enough damage shield to survive it. And then as long as we constantly reform there, they will be healthy enough for a couple waves of the boss. This is Hallowed Halls, the deck now. Let's do it. Gotta limber up. You know you gotta limber up before these. Alright. Foist things foist. This is actually difficult. Because I want to set up on the bottom floor right now, but I don't actually have the units that go there, in my mind at least. Maybe Keeper of Echoes doesn't go here and we just put another Shiny Steward down. Or maybe right now it's Entombed Explosive goes here. Keeper of Echoes seems more useful. This will give us capacity. Maybe you go here right now. Right? Next turn we draw 6 cards. Maybe one of them is the Kinho's Carapace. Are we reforming you? No, we don't want to reform you. Okay, no, you want to set up top floor. Pretty comfortable with that. We may just cast Hallowed Halls on nothing. And then set up Shiny Steward and the Entombed Explosive in midline. Reverting to our original plan, but it's so much more solid than the current workarounds in mind. That'll explode here, dealing the damage across. We Hallowed Halls, knowing that we get it in the next hand. And we want as many echoes as we can get on the bottom line, because that's where the multi-strike is going to be ultimately. Okay. Lady of the House. Yeah, Lady of the House can go down here with the Keeper of Echoes. Although, Hellborn Harvest triggers when one of your units dies on this floor, add a weighted contrition card to the top of your draw pile. So we're probably not actually going to want to put that one there. Just, Yeah, we'll resummon all of those, I guess. I think this is now our Hallowed Halls floor. It hasn't got any of the triple multi-strikers, which is making me nervous. But hey, when I signed up to use non-banner units, this is what I signed up for. Inconsistency. Again, don't want to cast it on that floor. You're actually messing with us with this this Lumen Darkshard here, bud. Well done. Well done. I guess I'll Engulfed in Smoke on the top line. Just so that, I don't know, if we get any nasty surprises, they're not so nasty. They can still be surprising. That's fine. You're more than welcome to surprise me. Okay. Do it. Do it. Yeah! Gave me back the multi-striker, and now you got all those stats, friend? Explosive up there. Give you all the stats you need. This is what you need to do, right? Because of the impermanence of these, you really need to scale so ridiculously with them that they don't have to be around for too long, or then you can find later on the ability to make them around for much longer. Looming Darkshard being there, I could have given Arcus the old perfect insanity this turn, which would have been nice, but alas, alack. Bounty Echoes into an ambient charge. Right, I don't actually have the ability to kill my own units anymore on that floor. I was trying to have the ability to murder my own unit with a Echo Break. That obviously wasn't going to happen. Although... I'm going to kill you with that. Then put this... Wait. Yeah. Then put this Kinho's Carapace down. Then... reform. It ultimately worked out pretty much exactly how I wanted it to in the end anyway, so pretty happy with that. I'm going to consume another card here. It's the only card I have left in hand. Ah, I should have gotten an Echo on that bottom floor if I wanted to do that, but that's okay. Getting the Echo on the bottom floor would have been annoying as well. Still don't want any of my units to die on that floor if we can avoid it. Keeper of Echoes makes a lot less sense. It's increasingly making less sense over time because it's just not going to be permanently on the board. None of those are Kinho's Carapaces. There's one on this board, so we'll give you that. Yep, that top floor is just fine how it is. Okay, 2 available. And the 2 available are 2 size and a 1 size, which means that this will actually resummon everyone onto the bottom floor. Because it doesn't stop until it exceeds its capacity. Well, I just said I don't want the Keeper of Echoes anymore, and now look at what the Keeper of Echoes is doing. It hurt me. It hurt me. It was like, I gotta straighten up and fly right here. Otherwise, I'm going to the tip. HP a bunch there. Extract and consume. Oh my god. Burn it, burn it. Then another Echoes of the Past for whatever. Hallowed Halls, y'all. Hallowed Halls. God, I really want to dupe it. Because it's got holdover and it's got -2 cost. If I dupe it, I just play it every turn. Twice. I also draw into my first copy of it a lot faster. Speaking thereof, obviously we're going capacity there. Draw. This is the last opportunity I have to actually visit a Merchant of Steel, so I'm gonna do it now. Asserting magic power is not bad on either of these. They both convey it quite effectively. God. Yep, we're doing it. Minor. Yep, that makes it so much easier to use her on floors that aren't the Echo Right floor. If she expands the capacity of a floor enough, I can just reform there every turn 2 times. And it doesn't matter what happens, really. No one's getting through it. Health. See, damage shield is really how these units are going to survive, because I'm going to be reforming them multiple times. So honestly, all they really want is damage. And they definitely don't want to get larger. So actually, we'll re-roll there. Multi-strike. Okay, I'm fine with that. +5, +10. Am I going to be going for the Merchant of Magic in the final area? Yes. Yeah, because of the helmet. Unless... Oh, no, wait. That's... Conceal Cavern's already been used. I was hoping for the possibility of being able to dupe it there. Return 2 consume spells to your hand. Neat. Well, I'll just give you better stats by base and you can get a 25. Fine. Do I need to put that +30 on anything, or is that just in excess to requirement? Also, is there any plain engaging effect here? I don't think there is, but is there? No. If this infused for, or if the infusion of, if the sacrificed infusion of Keeper of Echoes gave the Inspire +1/+1 to friendly units, then yes, but otherwise no. Like, I could clear up my deck a little by putting a Shiny Steward in a Shiny Steward. It's not a bad idea, but I'm actually probably going to remove both of those in the next floor. Because you don't want units in the reform pool that you don't want to reform. I'm going to take the AoE one. I think that's going to be the harder thing for us to match or generate ourselves. They can have extra damage. That's fine. I don't care. Whew. A lot of things to do this first turn. Okay, we have the... God, we basically have the setup on the bottom line here. Let's use Bounding Echoes. Echo Right, just go on the top floor. Get out of my way. Good old Windmaker. Takes away their multi-strike instantaneously here. Yeah, it just happens. Gets this extra capacity on the bottom floor. We still haven't played an extra unit, so... Hef is definitely going to be here, right? Kinho's Carapace is definitely going to be here. We're going to start reforming as well this time, by the way. We definitely get the explosion there as well. We have the ability to Perfect Insanity, and we'll Perfect Insanity... backline? No, because we want to keep your damage shield up here. Well, actually, no, we're going to reform you anyway, so it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Remember when I said it doesn't matter beforehand, and then I immediately forgot that it doesn't matter? As it turns out, it actually doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. Super of Echoes, then we reform. Refill the entire floor. You have the most multi-strike, so you're the target for the Echoes of the Past this turn, and we're trying to get basically as much of that out as we can. I'll get a Lady of the House up here just to be. just to exist. Man, the extra trample on Hef, the extra damage on Hef, rather, for the trampling is really good, but obviously it's a 4x multi-striker. What are you going to do? Also, that unit has stealth, so what was I going to do? Come. Mm-hmm. Get as many of those across the floor as we can. There's another Kinho's Carapace. Kinho's Carapace, like, I do want you to die as soon as you possibly can, if you could, please. But, guy, do have a friend. Would be nice. Let's make sure we actually infuse all of the cards in the hand. Had missed that prior. We'll wait for the shelter to be after a Hallowed Halls. Echoes of the Past is still in the draw pile. So is the increase in size. Okay, ambient charge. Dang. I didn't want to burn Echoes of the Past, but it happens. I'm also not sad about it. This has 0 available, so this is actually another good unit to put down here. Okay. Let's Permanent Molds. Rebirth this whole floor. Man, it's weird the ordering of these is always kind of fine. Although, you know, what ordering wouldn't be okay for us? Pretty good question. All right, so we shelter. And yeah, give you 102 extra damage with an Echoes of the Past right there. I think if it wasn't for the fact that I specifically called out Echoes of the Past as being one of the ways that we could get the damage scaling we were looking for, I think I would then feel a bit worse. Also, I also called out, by the way, you know, getting our units to die faster and resin block, but didn't end up taking resin block. Although, you know, obviously with the Hallowed Halls would have been really good here. But it feels good to have analyzed what my outs are and then to have seen both of them and to have had one of them utilized in such, like, in a way that actually produced the result that I expected, because it means it doesn't, like, you know, it's not like a pride kind of thing, but it means that I correctly identified some of my outs. Not all of them, obviously. They could be a completely different one, right? Things that I haven't even considered or even had the mindset to possibly even think of, even had the directional playstyle to really be able to analyze. But damned if it doesn't feel good to just do it, you know? What work? Yeah, that's about how I thought the bottom floor there was going to go. Let's give him a good old Wingmaker. Then we can hallow these halls for him. it's beautiful. Return Soul. Return a spell card from your discard pile to your hand and apply Infused. -1 cost and consume. Gives us a lot of control. Not super excited by it, though. No. Memento Mori would actually be a hilarious amount of damage quickly, right? 10 times the number of friendly unit deaths in this battle. It also will be 0 costed a lot of the time just by, like, I reform a floor, flickers liquor. Wait, when you play a unit, not when you summon a unit. Okay, I'm not playing that many units, so it actually wouldn't be 0 cost consistently, but... Well, I mean, we are going to the Merchant Magic. We could double cost reduce this, make it a 1. After a couple of turns, this is like deal 100 damage to the front liner for 1, which is not bad. It's just it doesn't really get many places after that, and unless it's piercing, it's very inconsistently useful. I think we need it. Cheetah's Hand has a really bad synergy with the Lost Luggage, which is you draw 10 in your opening hand already, so this tries to draw you an extra 1. It hits the hand limit, so it can't draw you a card, but you have to put a card back atop your deck. I'm not going to be taking Cheetah's Hand here. Mold Braces does nothing for us, neither does Fade the First Blade, because of how we play. So I think we actually take the money? It may not actually ever end up doing anything for us, but neither will any of those relics. We're not in that different a position here either. I could take Cleansing Water, and I think I will, but other than that, reroll. That's a lot of consume synergy. I consume a lot of cards. I'd have a lot of magic power from it. I don't know if I need the magic power from it. I could use Trader's Quill. Totally fine. Let's have a look at the Merchants of Magic. Oh. Yep. Yep. We're gonna have 3 holdover cards in this deck, by the way. It's gonna be a problem. We're not gonna draw through our deck particularly quickly at all. Well, now I know I can only take 1 of these. Consuming 1. And then we got to go for 1 final removal. It's just a shiny steward. I wish I could have removed 2 of them, but... Honestly, like, these primitive molds are dead as well now. Now that we have the hallowed... Oh my god, so many of the cards in this deck are dead now that we have all those hallowed halls. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm not wearing my headphones today just because my ears hurt a bit. But unfortunately, the headphones are usually what I keep my hair in place with. Not a great... Not a great one here. Let's get it right there. We do still want to set up on the bottom floor. I really don't want the shiny steward down there, but I guess that's where it goes. Probably just pop the shelter here. Oh, no, pop a premium malt. Yeah, because I get 2 consume cards back at the start of the next turn, so I want to consume 2 cards here. Pop. Which means I can do that after the reform anyway. Did Hef's Resolve trigger that? It didn't. Huh. I thought her burning out at the end of the turn wouldn't have prevented that, but evidently it do. Wow. That Wingmaker actually might make me want to start playing all my cards on mid-floor instead. Means I'm going to be taking some Purifiers consistently. Well, not consistently. Sometimes they're going to be dazed. That is just so much capacity. Or that. Use the hallowed halls. Get the excess energy out of the hallowed halls. Summon the Keeper of Echoes. Yeah, I guess shelter for the buffs across the floor. Do I want to use an ambient charger as well? Probably not. Yeah. So it's just going to be tombs on the top floor then. This middle floor can get another Kinhost Carapace, thankfully. That's exactly where it wants to live. Might as well go for the big kill there, and then it would be shelter. We're not over capacity here, so just hallowed halls next. And the unit with the most multi-strike gets the Echoes of the Past. We'll do it again next turn. Just need to make sure that we play something that's neutral in between them so that we don't use the hallowed halls on the wrong units. We can also only get 7 units on this floor anyway, so we're up to 6 currently. Excuse me, I guess I could have reformed them first, put them down, and then reformed them again with the hallowed halls. Oof. I almost died. Just with that inhale almost drowned me with my own spittle. It's a good floor. Excuse me. Again, that one consumes. Another one to consumes. We can get another Kinhost Carapace unit in here. Hell yes. So then we just hallowed hall, hallowed hall. Hallowed hall. I just need to get that stealth off of the boss. We probably already have the kill, honestly. This is so alien of a way for me to play, and yet... Oh. You know what? Yeah, get your negative 666 right there. I know I could just buff my unit ridiculously, but... You're stealthed. I can't target you yet. Yeah, this is not good for us. Oh, never mind. Donk 'em. Get donutted? Our intended explosive, yeah, it is in here somewhere. Good. Welcome back, everyone, again. Put that, and then, all right. It's good damage. It's just such good damage. Infinitely pleased with this run. I don't know if I could be more pleased. I keep harping on it because I'm just like, I keep refreshing my brain, and duck is the only thing that comes, not duck, sorry. The only thing that keeps coming up is just a smiley face at this run. Just a it's a deck builder roguelike smiley face. You wanna head up here and have a conversation about it, bud? Huh? No? Alright, well, we'll just get infinite capacity on this floor. Draw 3 cards. Oh, yeah, I'd actually love those cards to consume, please. I love how the exploding candle has turned this into just like another like floor-wide AoE as well. Beautiful. Alright, boss. How well do you think you do against this floor? Because right now, it looks like you lose without really putting up much of a fight. Can I get it so that only one of my units dies or none of them dies? Yep, none of them dies right now, but you can't stop not stopping. You gotta not stop not stopping. Keep keeping on instead. What can I do? No. No. No! Okay, yeah, we're still gonna lose hair. Revenge is granted damn near instantly, though. By the by, programming note. I know it's a weird point in an episode to do a programming note, but I don't typically think about these at the very start or necessarily at the very end. And at the very end, a lot of people have watched the final fight and move on. Completely fine. I'm not saying that's a not good thing to do. It just means that I shouldn't leave announcements at the very end of a video. Monster Train is probably not going to be daily. Like, obviously, it's been kind of missing sporadically over the course of the last couple of weeks. Probably not going to be daily going forward. And that's not because, you know, I'm wearing out on Monster Train or anything like that. It's because there are so many other games that are coming. Not just that are out now, but are coming up in the near future as well. So things are going to have to start sharing daily slots if I want to cover as many games as I want to cover. Savvy? Oh, how that bottom floor, though? Echo Right doesn't want to stand on the top floor with the suite from the last Divinity here, so we're looking more at a solution that's like, oh, Echo Right doesn't want to be there either. God, does Echo Right have to be one of our reform units? Let's have a look at our meta deck, right? Echo Right, 1 unit. 2 units, 3 units, 4 units. 5, 6. I can reform a maximum of 7. Yeah, Echo Right could totally be on the same floor as everyone else. That's not a problem. I don't have a Hallowed Halls this hand, though. Not having a Hallowed Halls this hand is a problem. That's a problem for us. I can't use Ambient Charge while it can burn the most important cards in our deck. This can die somewhere, but I really do want it to die as quickly as it can. Also, I should probably just get the Perfect Insanity out this turn if I can do it. Floor's going to be a weird one. Probably use consume cards to kill these off gradually. Let's get the Kinhost Carapace down there. Ah, right. Wait. Oh, yeah, we just don't have the space for it right now. That's fine. This has burnout 1 though, so it will die and it'll come back, and that'll all be good. We need to probably not armor that floor. You go there. You burn out, killing those 2 backliners, which is good enough for me. Shelter. I probably should have reformed. Yeah, I should have done all of that in a different order. It's going to become a not problem soon, which is when something isn't a problem. But until that point, it's going to be a little frustrating. Okay, yeah, there's 2 Hallowed Halls there as well. Okay. And everyone's dead? Okay. We use the Wingmaker to get some space here on the bottom line. Use Primitive Mold to get another unit out. Okay. then it's just hallowed halls, hallowed halls. We should refill the entire floor. Nice. With every unit. Then do it one more time. All of the enemies here are dazed, so it's only the 18 from the last Divinity that's even coming through. And even that won't come through because we're using Engulfed in Smoke. So I'm allowing myself to take 15 damage to the overcharge there. I guess. And 5 to you later. Yeah, I'm just going to let those go past. I don't need a perfect score. Perfect score is not how I play. A lot of games like this have score functions, and the score usually incentivizes you to play in a very specific way, which may not be the best way. It's just how you get the best score. So I don't like sticking to it too rigidly if I can avoid that at all. I want one more space here so that I can get the shiny Seward down. I don't really want to play this. Well, no, wait. It's the last shiny. Yeah, it's this shiny Seward I don't want to play, right? Because 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're fine with those. God, so then I put you, like, here? Just get you killed as quickly as I can? I guess. Gave them all armor, and then I'm gonna kill them. I love when you're so powerful, it doesn't matter. I don't need to make sequencing considerations. My enemies need to make sequencing considerations. Yeah, this is the one that we don't play. That's going to die this turn. That's got burnout in a couple turns' time. We don't need to rush anything here. Quite clearly, right? 1.5 hour episode. That's part of it as well. The games that I want to play, not many of them are short. Desktop Dungeons is, and even that constantly ends up at a full hour episode. Hour and a half episode sometimes. Oh. Couldn't give it up for the world, mind, but for being able to play and explore other worlds as well? Maybe. Now that we've got all of them, let's get a... Do I want to use Perfect Insanity again? Honestly, yes. I've got a big multi-striking trade suit. I don't actually need another one. A novel thing would be just using the Perfect Insanity as often as I can. Found those echoes. Good, that old Wingmaker. Oh, there's another unit to reform. Right, of course, the Lady of the House was on a different floor. We can resummon you there. Mole. Ball. Oh my god. Resin block would have been incredible. Yeah. It's true. It's true. It would have been. Resin block was up against Lost Luggage. It's possible I could have been slow enough in my setup to die had I taken it. Possible. Not guaranteed. I'm not saying that I accidentally lucked into the right play. Alright, instead of a misplay there. I'm saying there's a possibility exists out there. Outlet hole. Okay, give me the Perfect Insanity. I want to kill with that. You did give me Perfect Insanity. Okay, now I need to get enough to utilize it. There we go. Perfect. Pretty damn pleased with that one right there, if I do say so myself. Traveled through the last Divinity. get our success screen here. Win streak increased to 1. Oh, oh. There we go. We earned that crown. Being the sound of a crown being earned. That means the future is Hellhorned, non-exiled and exiled, with Annie Wormkin as a follower. So we're now going into Wormkin follower clans. And then we got 5 runs of those remaining. We've also got an Umbra rare that we still haven't really won a run with. That is Morsel Maid. I've seen it before. Maybe I didn't take it to last Divinity. I could have sworn that I'd had a good run with that, but maybe it wasn't the best run. For the moment, though, as we get back to the run summary screen so that you can see another path of this if you would like, with the custom challenge code employed fiscal subjects. Whew. It's not hard to come up with it's not hard to come up with one for that, but like they're all pretty depressing, like neo-feudalist kind of depressing. So I'm gonna instead go with, my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Monster Train. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. For a playlist in the description down below with all the content in the game, past, present, future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.